And what I've done best is the night before, studying the night before and the morning of.
Hello guys, welcome back to Gift Varsity TV. So today I'll be walking around campus asking students their study method. How do they study, right? Okay, guys, hello. I'm with Mahlatsi, and you? Katleho. Guys, what are you studying?
Dentistry.
Hello. Hey.
Dentistry.
People who take care of our teeth there, and Mike's official whatever. What's your best study method that works for you?
Right now I've recently started using the active recall, so I write on a board and like try repeat it as many times as I can, and it really's been working.
Okay. All right. What is the other thing? It's only active recall.
Yeah, and just repetition basically.
Oh,
That
until the
works.
material. Okay. Okay. How do you study?
I think I'd agree with active recall and spaced repetition. So like when repeating, doing it on one day and then repeating it a few days later without looking and just seeing like how much you remember, and then what you don't remember, you go back, re-revise it, and then look at it later on and see if you remember it. Yeah.
And then I'd also say using past papers really helps. Like, but then in university, there's not a lot. But
Some courses don't have past papers, you know.
yeah.
So it's active recall. How do you active recall, man? Like, can you go deep? Like, where do we start when you talk about active recall? I'm not going. Yeah, someone is maybe is confused. What is active recall about?
So it's basically about the way I do it is I take a whiteboard and then write the notes and then read it, then try to remember how much do I remember, then rewrite, then I mark, and the things I've left out, I write in a different color. Then by just doing that more than like twice or three times really gets in, and then you do it again maybe tomorrow or after 3 days. And then there's also a method called like the space repetition: 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, and then 7 days. That's how I space my study.
Guys, active recall. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you, our future doctors. Thank you. Hello again. Hi.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm getting you.
I'm good. What's your name and what you're studying?
Rifilwe, and I'm studying BCom PPE.
Okay, PPE. What is that?
Philosophy, politics, economics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How do you study? What is the best method that works for you as a student?
Okay, so since my degree, it's like mostly theory. So for politics and philosophy, I do notes, make mind maps and stuff. And then for economics, because it's theory and math based, I do practice questions from past papers. And I'd also like kind of do like a teach method where I draw diagrams, since there's a lot of graphs there as well. So I just write it down on a piece of paper, paste it on my wall, and like teach myself.
Oh, you teach yourself.
Yeah, like through repetitive.
Okay, great. How many hours do you sleep?
I'll be for real. Approximately 6 hours, 6 to 7. Yeah.
You sleep the average hours.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, hello guys again. I'm with Karabo. What are you studying, Karabo?
BCom Gen.
BCom Gen. You're in the accounting side.
Yes.
All right.
So much.
How do you study, Karabo? What is the effective study method that you use?
I would say that learning things over time, and then just before the test you go over it and you repeat it over and over and over again until you actually make sure that you know what it is that you're doing works. Number one. Number two, I find that like blurting, like saying these things out loud and like speak, like teaching my friends or like teaching myself, it works for me. And another thing is like, obviously when you teach, you can't teach someone at the level that you're learning it. You need to dumb it down, and so when you're dumbing it down, you relate it to like everyday examples. So you can take two things, I don't know how to put it into words, but if I'm looking at a formula and I don't understand what the formula is saying, I'll try and think of real life stuff, put it together, then I do the things that need to be done. Okay, I get it. Making mnemonics, making songs, making dumb things, sayings, yeah, it works. Yeah, stuff like that works. Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time and Gift Varsity TV. Let's show my brother.
Sure.
Can you please introduce yourself and what you studied?
So my name is Huntington. I'm studying architecture here at WITS University.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your method of studying that works for you as a student here at FETS?
So I'm going to touch on 2 points because architecture is not a study-based degree, but you do study. So when I'm doing things like math, civil engineering, history, I use a method where I learn very fast. So this is how I do it. I'll touch on information today, and I make sure that I can touch on it again tomorrow. So what I'm doing today is just like writing notes, understanding the concepts, and tomorrow I do the same. Then afterwards, I start doing testing. Do I remember that information? So questions, I look for questions, and also the good thing is look for mentors. There are people who have been through this degree, who have done this degree, so they have questions. They know how this thing has been done already. So I ask them like, how did you go through it? Do you have any question papers? Ask them for practice method that works for them.
Shasha, my guy.
Always.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. What are you studying?
I'm doing biomedical engineering.
Oh, what's your name?
Ngobi.
Ngobi, biomedical engineering, man. How do you study as a university student, a biomedical engineering student?
Okay. First attending lectures. As much as we don't like Boma 8 a.m.s, ne, but we still have to attend them. Afterwards, like if you feel like there's like something that you can't really, which you didn't really grasp, I say like rather go through it that on that same day, ne? And then on the weekend you just revise on what you went through the whole week. Yeah, and then some things like maths and physics, I would say practice, because the papers, they're something else. Like they can teach you one thing and then give you something else, but then, as long as you know the applications.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. So, my brother.
Sure. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm okay.
What's your name and what are you studying?
Sianda, and I'm studying education.
Okay. My pedagogy. What is the best method that you utilize that works for you of studying?
So since grade 10, what I've done best is the night before, studying the night before and the morning of. It's helped me a lot to get 80% and 90%. Sometimes it doesn't work, obvious, but nothing in life is perfect, you know. So if you ask me, out of 10 times, 8 of the time I get 80% and the 2 of the time I don't get 80%, is that bad? I don't think so.
How do you study? What is your study method? What do you do? Like on a daily basis? You know, we just want how do you study? You are in your food. Eh? You study together as friends. So if like you don't normally study alone.
We do study alone, then we meet.
Yeah. And then you explain from each other. So everyone is doing full second year here. Okay. So you can do but what are you studying?
It's more practical.
Okay.
So you need to practice a lot with people.
Yeah.
So you won't see.
Okay. No, we want something like that. Okay, thank you so much.